Hey, y'all. Welcome to Snatch Minds, Sovereign Nobility Achieved Through Courageous Healing. What's up, y'all? I'm Khadijah Tou Tou, and I am so excited to be here today. We are going to be talking about commitment. Okay. We're going to be talking about commitment and really getting over yourself. I think so often, we think that us being broken is going to make us quit when really we're the ones holding the pen. We choose our destiny. We choose what it is that we want for ourselves, and we choose what it is that we want for our lives. So we have to begin to choose ourselves, right? And to choose that and to commit to that. And you have to have that no matter what factor involved in whatever it is that you're doing. That no matter what, I'm going to get this done no matter what, no matter who's standing beside me. I said I was going to be doing this every day. I was going to be doing X, Y, and Z. No matter what, I'm getting this done and I'm doing this. So whether the person that I'm supposed to be with comes with me or not, we got to move forward. We got to go. We got to roll with this, right? Because things are needed. Things need to get done. Things need to be established, and the only way to establish that is through taking action. Taking action is the difference between you being where you are and you being where you need to be. It's like saying, oh, I need some food, I need to go to the store. Well, you have the car in the garage, so what you gonna do? You just gonna cry? You just going to scream in the house? Or you gonna go outside and go get that food and go to the store, right? Because then you get upset because the internet's not working, so you can't necessarily order the food to come and get delivered at the house. You have to actually go get it. And you can't be upset when somebody does go shopping and then bring you the wrong food items. You should have been at the store, going to get that and looking for that and getting exactly what it is that you want. So we have to really begin to reevaluate ourselves in that. Lena Horne, if you all don't know her, she's an amazing singer. I love me some Lena Horne. She once said that it's not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it. Okay, y'all ever heard the saying, the the needle that broke the camel's back, it broke the haste, something like that, y'all. Y'all, me and quotes. Y'all are going to quickly find out with my personality. I'm not one of those speakers that pretends to have all the quotes down and all this. I'm just not into being, I'm not into being pretend with y'all. I'm not into, necessarily even being fake for real. Like, if we mess up, we mess up, but we keep going, okay? We keep going because we just keep getting better and better. And the more that we record these, the more that we do these, we just keep getting better and better. I believe it's the straw that broke the camel's back. hmm And so it's not necessarily, it's not even the load, it's not how heavy it is, it's the way that you carry it. Like, why do some people go through certain situations in life and they come out, amazing, right? And then you get some people who go through that exact same thing in life and they come out of the situation, they might not even make it out of the situation, right? And I often see this with a lot of different people, and especially um I see this with a lot of women these days as well. That there are certain situations that happen, and sometimes you just have to get up and go. But that's not just for women only. That's universal, right? Anything that happens, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, or however you choose to identify yourself, whatever it is that you're going through it for a reason. So as you understand, okay, what is the reason that I'm going through these things? What is the thing that I wish to see? So one of the things about success is you have to have a strong level of commitment. Okay. So commitment is going to be your key ingredient to success. It's as simple as that. Commitment is going to be your key ingredient to success because you are committing yourself to a common goal. Okay. Okay. So to commit to something, hey Siri, what does commit mean?
Commit means carry out or perpetrate a mistake, crime, or immoral act.
I don't know if y'all
Do you
can
want to
hear.
hear the next one?
If y'all can hear that. But basically, what Siri just said was that no, Siri, I don't want to hear the next one. Thank you. So basically, Siri.
Okay, it's no big deal that you don't know.
Wow, Siri, really? Okay, anyways, Siri said that commit means to carry out or perpetuate, perpetrate, I'm sorry, a mistake, harm, or innocent, immoral act. The second one is to pledge or bind. Okay, so to pledge or bind. And I really want to talk about that, to a certain course or policy. Okay, so when you're binding yourself, you're putting yourself with it, right? When you're binding it, it's not separate, right? You're binding yourself. And if we talk about the institution of marriage, right, if a wife and a husband are making in a marriage, they've committed their lives. Now, what they've committed their lives to is up to those individual people, right? We all different backgrounds and all that stuff, but I would hope that they would submit their will onto something bigger and higher than themselves, as well as creating goals, dreams, and aspirations for themselves as a unit to be moving. But they have to be able to commit to that vision and commit to what it is that's being done, right? And then we have like the same thing as a salesman, right? So let's say you have a salesman. Well, that salesman has to commit to their product, right? I commit to this product. No matter what, this product is, I stand by this product, right? So, what do you stand by? What are you committing yourself to? What are you making a pledge to? Can you make that pledge to yourself and your product? Can you make that pledge to, I'm going to make a pledge to become the best student that I can be? Okay. Well, what does that look like? Right? I'm going to make a pledge to be the best mother that I can be. Okay. Well, what does that look like? I'm going to make a pledge to be the best grandparent that I can be. Okay. Well, what does that look like? And once you create a vision, right? Because you're the one that's writing your destiny. Once you create a vision for yourself, you're able to then take that vision and then create and produce a reality out of it. I hear a lot of people, I see a lot of people these days, they fantasize, they think about, oh, this is what I think I want to do, this is what I want to do, da 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 da, da, right? And it just stays as a thought. It stays in that dream world, it stays as a fantasy. What I see a lot of people struggle with is actually bringing that fantasy and taking it and bringing it into reality, right? To be able to take that thought and then to bring it into a reality, to bring it into something, into the reality is a true gift and it's a true talent. So dedicate yourself into doing that. Dedicate yourself to becoming the whatever it is that you wish to become or to fulfill, right? It's allowing yourself to be that and to have that. I want to talk about a being sidetracked. Okay, sometimes as we are committing ourselves to certain things and certain duties, we have focus for a little bit of time and then we become sidetracked, right? Or we become delayed. And I like to see delay almost like, or sidetrack, like a deer in the headlights, right? Have y'all ever been driving and a deer, they're just frozen. They're stuck, either they're frozen in the middle of the road or they're frozen on the side of the road, but they're just like, right? And it's like you have the fight, the flight, and the freeze. I remember having a conversation with my brother, and my brother was just telling me, he was telling me about the fight, the flight, and the freeze. And he was emphasizing the point of the freeze of like, okay, what are you doing? At some point, you have to move, right? And we were talking about making decisions. And, you know, making a decision, y'all, making a decision. Whew, I see a lot of people get stuck at making decisions and they'll wait and they'll wait and they'll wait. And low key, as long as they've waited to make that decision, they could have already gotten X, Y, and Z. Months and months and months and months and weeks and weeks and weeks go by and nothing has gotten executed. Nothing has gotten done because it stayed as a thought. It stayed as a thought that I didn't, that the people or the person didn't have to acknowledge, right? I want you to think about when you froze. Like, when is the last time you froze and what was it that you froze on? What was it that you froze on? Because, like we said in the last video, God can't help you if you're not helping Him. Okay. If you say, I want X, Y, and Z, okay, How are you taking action in order to make X, Y, and Z happen? It reminds me of something in the Bible that says, "As ye sow, so shall ye reap." Okay, as you sow, so shall you reap. And it's like, what does that mean? Well, what that means is that the cause is going to be the thought, right? The effect is going to be the condition that you're in, right? As you sow. If you think about sowing, for those who may not know what that means, right? So I want you to think about planting something, right? So you have a bunch of soil. Let's say I have soil in my hand and I put in a good seed. It's a really good seed, right? And I'm watering it daily, right? It requires water. I'm putting it out in the sun. I'm really taking care of this. Well, guess what? I'm going to have a great fruit. It's going to reap something, right? Because the cause, right? The thought, right? Let's see, the seed is a thought, right? I'm feeding that thought. Right, I'm bringing that thought into reality. I'm taking action towards that thought. Well, guess what? That thought is going to blossom eventually, and when it blossoms, it becomes that flower. It becomes whatever the seed one was meant for it to be. You put yourself under certain circumstances and conditions, right? And so during that time, you might see some weeds pop up. You might see some things that you don't want to see along the process, but it's part of the process. And it's understanding what that process is, what is your process, and how can you utilize your process, right? It's about creating your process. And in The Science of Getting Rich by um, Wallace D. Waddles. Woo! In The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Waddles, he talks about how, y'all, I need some better notes. This actually isn't in my notes, but it's a recollection, right? Anyway, in Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Waddles, he talks about how in order to become rich, you have to do things in a certain way. It's not about doing more things. It's not about let me connect to more people. Da, 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 da. Yes, it is about that, but it's not. It's about how can you do this certain thing in a certain way and repeat the process over and over and over into a foolproof method. And once you find that foolproof method, how do you then advance that and take that to the next level? Right? So that's going to be all about the science of getting rich. But even in that, what is that richness? Right? We have to ask ourselves, what kind of rich do I search for? My mother and I were having a conversation, and we were talking about how sometimes that indecision is also a decision, right? Indecision is also a decision because it's me choosing to stay stuck. It's me choosing to stay where I am. It's me choosing to give myself some type of excuse in order not to move forward or to execute or to do what it is that I know that I need to do in order to go to the next level. Right. So that's that. There's a story that I want to tell y'all about. Y'all, I just combined two whole notes for videos that I had. But you know what? That's beautiful because we just gonna do both right now. Okay, if y'all don't mind, we're gonna do both right now, and I'm just gonna combine them together into this unique, beautiful whatever is going on right now. So, because I know before we are talking about commitment, and now we're talking about thought, and we're talking about belief. Okay, so when you believe, right, the best way to look at your beliefs is to look at what you currently have, right? I want you to take a moment and I want you to look around. Look at what you currently have. What do you have right now? What is it that you have? Whatever that thing is that you have right now, okay? Right now, whatever that thing is, you have to begin to take it and to manifest it, right? What is the thought that you have right now? What is the belief that you have right now? Oh, I don't know what it is. Look at what it is that you look at what you're asking for. Okay. Look at what you've received. Whatever it is that you've received is actually what you asked for. And I know that doesn't make no sense because some people are like, well, I didn't ask for turmoil and this and that. You may not have asked for that, but you did ask for that. And that's why it's so important to check our energy, check the people that we're around, check it, because you asked for that in a certain capacity, right? And so now you're getting exactly what you asked for. And whether you like it or you don't like it, it doesn't matter because that's what you manifested. That's what you asked for. That's what you received. So if you don't like what you received, always make sure that you're in a state of gratitude. But if you don't like what it is that you receive, well, it's time to reevaluate, right? It's time for you to take a step back and be like, okay, why did I receive this? What was I really asking for? Right? What are my core beliefs? Do I even believe that I deserve to have that thing that I asked for? Because a lot of the times we can get stuck, right? We can get stuck. Sorry, I was looking for one of my favorite books, but we can get stuck at what we believe that we should have, but we don't truly believe that we can have it, if that makes sense. So, Khadijah, what are you talking about? I'm confused. I don't know what you're talking about, right? Your results show up by the actions you take. When you believe in yourself and you know I can have this, I'm worthy of this, right? When you believe it, you've deemed yourself worthy of it. And a lot of the times what I see is some people think that they're not worthy of the blessings that are meant for them to have. And that's a lie. You can call it self-sabotage, you can call it imposter syndrome, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but either way, there's a lack of belief that's present. That's present. So you have to make sure that you're able to monitor even your own belief. And there might be, you might believe in yourself 100% completely, but then you have people around you who don't necessarily believe in you, or who don't believe in whatever the vision that you have, or whatever. I'm one of those people where you tell me a vision, I'm ready to, let's make it a reality. Let's make it a real. I don't believe in, fake visions and, oh, you could never do that. Da, da, da. Like, that's such negative talk. I can't even believe that people exist in the world who would shut down somebody else's dreams and goals and aspirations. Now, it's the difference between if you're not working towards your own dreams, goals, and aspirations. Now, that's different from, I believe in myself. I want to do X, Y, and Z. And then you like, you ain't nothing, right? You ain't nothing. You ain't finna do that, right? Like, who are you to tell somebody what they're about to do and what they're not about to do? Who are you to tell somebody else their destiny? Oh, okay. Let me find out your name is Allah. Let me find out your name is God. And you're not. You know what I mean? So you have to be able to decipher that for yourself, really. And I know that I'm like laughing and I'm joking right now, but you really do have to be able to decipher that for yourself, because it's the only way that you're going to be able to go. And I'll talk about going to the next level, as in ascension, as in taking yourself higher than a place than what you currently know. Why is that important? Why do we all need to level up? I'm not saying that everybody need to level up. I'm saying that if you want to level up, it's good, because you're allowing yourself to grow, and life is about growth. Why do we set goals? Why do we set goals? Goals are an opportunity for us to grow, right? And so when we grow, we enjoy growing. We are human beings. We are ever evolving. We love progress, right? Happiness, in my humble opinion, happiness is a beautiful feeling of achievement, of progress, whether that's mentally, spiritually, socially, or whatever, and being present in that moment enough to say, yes, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of the people around me. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I love the life circumstances that life has brought to me. I love everything that I'm doing. I just love life. I love life to the fullest, because I know who I serve. I know my purpose. I know what it is that I'm doing. I know everything. I love life, and life is so beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, life, right? And when we can put ourselves in this gratitude, in this space of gratitude, of genuinely believing it, even if you're Listen, y'all, I remember my bank account was on zero. I ain't never told nobody this. My bank account was on zero and I was stressed. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay this bill. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. And I was like, I'm gonna have to go get a job. I'm gonna have to do something because I'm gonna have this bank account being on zero is unacceptable. Okay. It's unacceptable. Right. And so then all of a sudden you start seeking out these things and then opportunity started happening. And then there was money just rolling in because, and it was a standstill for a few weeks because I didn't believe that I was worthy to receive it. Right. Everyone around me had all this money. So why don't I have money? Why I don't have no money and everybody else around me have money? Why don't I see myself as valuable enough to have it or worthy enough to have this money? If anything, I should be having all that in inside, right? As hard as I've worked, as much as I've done, as pushing these people to the next level that they barely even believe in themselves, and you pushing somebody into. Well, I mean, it's like yanking teeth, y'all. Like I can't begin to tell y'all. Y'all know I'm an instructional designer and a coach, so for for me a lot of the times it is you are pushing people to their limit. You are pushing them beyond their own belief of themselves and you're creating something out of nothing. Okay, you are creating something out of nothing and turn it into something beautiful. Okay, it is true live birth. I like to say I'm a midwife of ideas. Okay, you get impregnated with the thought, right? And then the thought comes into reality, and I am the midwife. Okay, I like to midwife that thought, and then hey, look, here's the baby. Here you go. That's what I like to. I love that process because there's a lot of things that you grow through. And not only do you go through it, but you grow through it. Okay. There's a quote by Benjamin E. Mays. He's an educator, and he said, "The older he grew, the less he said, and the more he spoke." Sometimes we need to be quiet, y'all. Sometimes is we need to be quiet. We need to be quiet. I was actually on Instagram Live with one of my brothers, and this beautiful sister comes on, and she's like, wow, she's so inspired by the knowledge that's being presented, and she was complimenting my brother and just telling him how amazing he is, how she loved his truths and all these other things. And then she looked at me and she was like, and I really admire this sister too for listening, right? For listening, for being quiet, for and being so graceful with it, and that was like one of the highest compliments that I received because it gets tough, y'all. It gets really tough. And I think sometimes people will look at me or they'll see me and they'll be like, oh, you had it easier. This was this and that. And it's like, no, just because I dress a certain type of way or I speak a certain kind of way or whatever, it doesn't mean that I don't struggle at all. It just means I carry it differently. The kind of like what Lena Horne said in the quote earlier. It's not the load that breaks you down; it's the way you carry it. The crown is heavy, baby. Look, listen, the crown is heavy, but I wear it. But I wear it because I couldn't see life any other way. Yeah, we're gonna get through this. Yeah, we're gonna get through that. We're gonna get through that too. And we're gonna get through that too. Why? Because we have to. Okay, so you have to always find a way to move ahead and move out the way. Okay, like don't allow anybody to make you stop dead in your tracks, like we were talking about the deer earlier. You know what I'm saying? Freezing. Like you have to make your word bond and live up to your word and take that as an inner strength because it is inner strength. It is inner strength. It is inner strength to to pull something out of yourself, but to also look at it and to reflect and say, I like this or I don't like this, or to even look at yourself and say, I like this about myself. I don't like this about myself. I love these aspects about myself. I don't like this part about myself. Right. And I think sometimes we can get so caught up in that and we can get so caught up in what it is that we want that we're not thinking about what it is that we need to be doing in order to get what we want, right? Because it's all about execution at the end of the day. Um, y'all, Loki, I'm kind of sleepy. I'm about to go take a nap. We don't have no time for naps around here. It sounds like a great thought, though. I would love to create that reality. But I want y'all to think about. There's a story. This is the last thing I'm going to say. There's a story about a hunter and a bear, and in this story, essentially, the hunter has his gun pointing, at the bear, and so as the hunter is pointing the gun at the bear looks over at him and says, "Hey, what is it that you want? Can we negotiate?" And the hunter's like, "Okay, sure, we can negotiate." So the hunter and the bear, they take a seat, and the bear says, "What is it that you want from me?" And then the hunter says, "I want a fur coat." And the bear says, "Well, I want a full stomach." Long story short, the bear leaves alone with a full stomach. We don't know where the man is. Right? So the point of that story is use your words wisely. Okay? Use your words wisely, right? The bear could have got shot, but the bear negotiated and used the words wisely and took action, right? Took action. Action, action, action. Y'all are always going to hear me talk about action on this channel. I don't care about the thought. I do care about the thought. Let me correct that. I don't care about staying in the thought. Okay. I don't care about staying in the thought. I'm going to clarify that. That is a clarification. That doesn't mean that I don't care about thought. Don't be cutting this video up and then be acting like, oh, she said, no, no. Fast forward a little bit more to where she clarified herself. Okay. I care about the thought. The thought process is absolutely important. However, in order for that thought to have weight to it, there needs to be execution behind it. Okay. There has to be execution behind it. Because if you want to get to where you want to get to, you're going to have to do things that you ain't never had to do. Let me say that again. In order for you to get to where you want to get to, you're going to have to do things that you never had to do. So it's time for you to do the things that you know that you need to do. It's time for you to get yourself in position. It's time for you to take yourself to the next level because you deserve it. Because you deserve it. A lot of the times we get stuck in these ideas and these thoughts that we don't deserve these good things. For some reason, somebody in our life has told us that we don't deserve the great things that are coming to us, that we don't deserve to have the thing that was meant for us in the divine, that the destiny that was created for us before we were even born, that we're not supposed to be meeting it, because for some reason other people think that their ego and that their goals and their dreams and their aspirations are more important than yours. No, you have a purpose in life. You are a vessel in life. You continue to be the best that you can be because you can be, because you have that kind of access to information. You have that kind of access to education. You have that kind of access to the things that you want to do. Don't allow anybody else to tell you that you cannot be, do, or have whatever it is that you want to choose. I don't know who I am talking to right now, but this word just came through. And y'all know sometimes on this channel, I'll be feeling it. I be feeling it. And what I'm feeling heavy right now is that somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to hear. You need to keep going. You need to commit yourself. You need to take action today, not tomorrow. Like in this instant of you watching this video right now, whether it's on a short or a clip or a TikTok or a reel or whatever circumstances you find yourself seeing this video right now, you need to take action today. Because today is the day that is your day. It's the beginning. It's the beginning of you having your purpose. It's the beginning of you taking the next step forward. It's the beginning. It's the beginning. And all great beginning. I don't care what got destroyed. We don't care about what the circumstance or the condition or who said we could and couldn't do what. No, what is the vision that you have? What is the thought that you're going to hold on to in order to become the greatest version of yourself that the world has not even yet seen, because no eye has seen and no ear has heard you yet. The world is waiting on you. The world is waiting on you to become who it is that you need to be in order for the world to turn the way that it's supposed to be, because the world can't turn itself without you. Okay, it reminds me of Moses, Prophet Moses, peace be upon him. May Allah be pleased. It reminds me of Prophet Moses, and it reminds me of Aaron. Okay. A lot of people don't talk about Aaron when they talk about the staff, and they just focus on Prophet Moses and how he had the staff that turned into a snake and then turned into a staff again, and then he divided the seas. But nobody talks about Aaron. Let's talk about Aaron real quick, because without Aaron, Moses, peace be upon him, could not have gotten the job done. Okay. Okay. Aaron was the mouthpiece for Moses. Let me say that again. Aaron was the mouthpiece for Moses. Moses wouldn't have got to where he got to without Aaron. Aaron was this immaculate speaker, y'all. He could inspire and influence the people. God knew what he was doing. Okay, so sometimes in the story we focus so much on one character, but there's actually there's two characters in this story, and Aaron is just as important as Prophet Moses. Okay, so it's understanding, right? Broadening our perspective. How many of y'all knew about that? You know, some people know, but a lot of people didn't. I remember when I was like, who is Aaron? Who is Aaron? What did he do? Oh, okay. I don't remember him, because everybody focuses on Prophet Moses, people about him. And the thing is, it's all together, right? Right? Yes, he was assigned to split the seas, but if the people were too scared to come on, like, we gotta go to the promised land. I don't got time for you to be looking back and crying about Pharaoh and all. No, let my people go. Let's go, people. Let's go. Move it. And that's where we are, and that's the place and time where we are right now. So I just hope that this video serves as a motivation to you somehow, or whatever word that you needed to receive. You got exactly what you needed from this. Remember, always go back to whatever you deem as the highest power, right? So whether that be you call, Allah, whether you call God, whether you call on to Buddha, whether you call on to Krishna, whether you call on to Mahatma, to whoever, right? Or you call on to yourself. I don't know what y'all's background is, but I pray that you believe in yourself. You believe in yourself, and you believe in your dreams. You believe in your goals. You believe in what you've been assigned to do. The reason that you're uncomfortable right now is because you're not doing what you know you should be doing, which is you pursuing your goals and your purpose. And if you don't have clarity or and you need clarification, you need to take a moment to sit with yourself, by yourself, with phones off, technology off, and sit in yourself and figure out what it is that you love to do. Because sometimes you can take these tests, you can do all these different things, but sometimes it ends up being something different, something along those lines. But if you do feel lost and you don't know your purpose, please schedule a consultation with me, my team, and we will surely get you straight. Okay. Anyways, this is Khadijah Tou Tou. Thank you so much for attending Snatched Mind, Sovereign Nobility Achieved Through Courageous Healing. Peace, blessings, and mercy be on to you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.